Hello, my name is Colin Roche, and today on this episode of the Food Media Network, we're going to be doing an unboxing. And this time it's going to be a teleprompter. And this one I purchased is Desview. It's a smartphone and tablet and DSLR camera teleprompter. And you just download the software, put it on your phone or your tablet, and then you use this attached to a phone or a DSL camera. So I have an upcoming course that I hope you all check out if you're interested in it. And it's going to be on food media or food presentation skills for chefs. So how that you can, I'm going to have a live hands-on class where we're going to put you on camera and we're going to learn all the proper techniques for doing presentations and food demos. But one of the things I want to teach in the class is the use of a teleprompter. So this one I purchased to check it out in advance because I think it's going to work out great for my in-person classes. But I thought we could use this as a unboxing just to see what's in it in case you're interested in getting your own. Now I get no kickbacks, no anything, I'm not paid to speak about this. I bought this on my own after doing a lot of research. And there's like a bunch of them out there. There's the Parrot teleprompter, there's a few other ones. But for me, after the research and for the price, this is the one I got. It currently goes for about $120, but I got it on sale. They had some lightning sales and stuff, so it was like $101 or so, something like that, with free shipping. So I thought it was a pretty good deal, so I thought we'd check it out. So let's get into it. Let's look at it now. Okay, so this is the box. Comes in, pretty good size, and has a little bit of instructions on the back. Now, I was reading some of the reviews online regarding this, and they were saying that the directions are not very clear, but it's very intuitive using this, so you don't really need the directions, but let's see. So I'm going to open it up here. And it does come with plastic wrap around it, which I already removed, so I know that this wasn't used or returned. Okay, and then it has prompting adjustment instructions. So that one has, tells you how to kind of use it with the flex finger and stuff like that, so you can see it. So we'll look at that later. Let's get into the internal parts. Oh, another manual here. And this one, it's in, I don't know if it's Chinese or Japanese, whatever the language is first, but it has a lot of those, symbols there. So, and then a couple other languages it looks like. Oh, there's the English. So the English one is towards the back. Maybe I can fold that. All right, product instructions, tells you the packing list, what's in it. Has all those items there. So let's see if that's true, and then it gives you the structure, how to set it up. Great, a lot of visuals, which is great. Oh, here it tells you where the app is. You can download the application. It's called the Desview. It's free to download from the Apple App Store as well as the Android App Store. And it even gives you the little website right there to go to. So we'll look at that afterwards. See what else we got here. I'm not sure what this is. There's a nice little soft foam liner in here. So, protects everything that's in it. So I just slid out this first one first. Not sure what it is. Oh, this is, you can see here, there's a little box that I opened. And in there it looks like the cleaning cloth. And has the adapter for a phone. Adjustable. I've used these before in many of my videos. Spring-loaded, which is nice. So that's to put your phone in there. See, I have my phone here. Yeah, so it looks like it's going to fit. I'm going to take my case off. So we'll put that off to the side. And these are the lenses, the rings that fit various size lenses. Now over here at this camera that's filming me right now is my Canon M50, which I use for a lot with different lenses on it. It's got a little shorty lens on it now, but these would screw onto it. And this close-up camera that I'm using over here, this is my Canon video camera, so it wouldn't work with that. And it has all these. It's got some other connectors here. And here's another phone one for, I guess, the back, because you can film with the phone in the back and the phone in the front. Now the one on the front is to use for your script, right? This is where you put in your script, your words, which gets reflected off the glass out so that you can see it. But there's also place in the back where you can put your phone as the actual camera to film you talking in front of the prompt. So we got 2 of those, so that's good. So we got some, see what else we have in here. This one says right on it, teleprompter remote. So that one is the remote control. Let me say this one's pretty good. It's a little bit bigger than remote controls you would see with other teleprompters. Someone I read a review on it said they think they just used the generic kind of clicker for other things and just added their name to it and use it. But you know, it has like X, Y, B, A. Reminds me of like an Xbox controller. But then it has like on and off and a little slide here and OK button on and off. So we'll have to check that out. Doesn't come with batteries, so we'll have to do that. And then over here, I'm guessing this is the actual housing of the teleprompter. Maybe we'll take the whole box out for this one. It's even padded in the bottom of the box, which is nice to protect it during shipping. Maybe I could use this as a storage container for that. And then we can just slide this out. Yep, there we go. So put that back. So this is the actual housing of it, which is nice because I did read that someone said it has this cover which protects the glass. So you know, if you wanted to put this into like a camera bag or something and carry it with you for on remote locations, you could do that. There's a little sign here, push. So let's do the pushing. See how it comes up. And this is, oh, this is what slides out. They say this is kind of tough. This is the protects it. It's a little protector here of the glass from the back, but this slides out. And this is where you would put this like onto your camera lens, one of these rings, right? And then those would go on here, and that slides in for your camera. So you can see that sliding in for the hole. And that's where your, you know, if you had a DSL back here would go. If not, you could use one of these, and it has a way of connecting your phone to the back of this too, which you pop out these little holes. So we're going to work with that too in just a minute after I figure this all out. Now to open up the front, it says push. So I'm guessing we're going to slide it up. Maybe I should read the directions. Says here to slide it up. Yep, 215. Slide that up. This part comes down. Got that. And this part is where the phone would go, and you can add other phones. So you can see a couple of the different ways of setting this up here. See that? Now you can put your phone on it. You can put your phone off to the side. You can put your phone through the back. And then here it is with a DSL camera style in the back with the camera on the front here. You can see it right here. The phone to put up the words, and then it goes through this. So let me cut this right here. I'm going to get this assembled, and then we're going to test it out. Okay, we're back, and I've got everything kind of taken apart here and kind of figured it out a little bit more. So first we have all of these different sizes, and I think in the book it said there's, you know, from 49 millimeters, 52, 55, 58, 62, 67, 72, 77, and 82 millimeter lens adapters. And what's nice is they actually have them right there printed on them. So I don't need these ones, so I'm going to leave them in their bag. And I pulled out the ones that I need, which is the 52 millimeter and the 49 millimeter. Now the 52 fits on, which you can see right there, fits on my, you know, my little pancake lens, which is on this Canon M50 up here. And that one fits that, but I'm not going to use that one because I'm filming with it. So then I have this one, which is the 49, and that fits my Nifty 50, which many of you may have, you know, a little 50 millimeter lens, or as well as this one, which is kind of a stock lens, 15 to 45 millimeter, you know, with a little stabilizer on it. So either one of those. So if I took the little Nifty 50 here, you can see it, and I use the 49, and the inside of the lens has a thread in there. And so you find the right one, so this is 50, so it's a little bit smaller than the outside, and then you just put them on there and it screws in. See? And then it's attached, so you have this like collar, which is pretty sturdy. And that is going to slide into the back of the teleprompter. So you can see this hole here, and it's going to slide up. Of course, we would do that when it's attached to the camera, so that you don't have to turn the whole thing to attach it, but I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. Okay, now to get the cover off, I figured that out. It has these little push buttons here on both sides. It just means you're going to push up. I thought it may slide out, which it could be. Just lift up on both of these sides, and then you can pull the thing right out. So it's a nice cover to protect the glass. So we have the Desview, and this is where the camera is going to go in the back. See? So in the back here, and then in the front is where your phone or your tablet will go so you can read it. So it has this two different phone ones. The one with the screws in the back, you can see that up close, is going to get attached right here. And there's a little slot for it, and it fits right in there. So it fits right in there. Now, depending on what you're going to use will be dependent on which way you have this up. The larger size here is for tablets, right? You want to use a tablet. Now, it's not a big tablet, it's a small tablet. Okay, so here's a small one. This is my son's. It's got a little guard on it, a little Apple mini iPad, and that will fit right in here. You just slide that out, and that'll go in. Or, if you want to use the phone, you turn it around. Okay, show you up close here. You turn it around, you see the shorter side, and that's for the phone, and then that just plugs in this way, and now you got this little slide for your phone. Now, it comes with screws here, a little package of screws. And what I was really kind of impressed with is they even came with a screwdriver, right? A little teeny mini screwdriver, Phillips screwdriver for that. So that's handy. So you're going to take these screws out, and it looks like they gave you an extra one. So if you do lose one, you have an extra one in here, because I only see a spot for 2 screws, so I'll save that one. And then on the back side of your teleprompter, you just see the screw holes there, and you put these in and screw them down. So that's pretty easy, and that'll hold it. I'll do it for phone size right now. And tighten that right up. Now, if you're going to do this a lot, you could just probably leave that attached. Right? Obviously, it's not going to fit back in the box, but then you wouldn't have to take it apart each time. If you're always going to use the phone, or you're always going to use a tablet. If you knew, or if you were in a studio, of course. So I tighten that right up. So it makes it nice and snug. There we go, I don't have to over tighten it. And then on the bottom, it has these 3 holes to mount to your tripod. So you can do it at an angle and straight in there, however you'd like to do that. So now we have the front of it. You can see that up close with the glass, and back here is where the lens would go. And this is where the phone goes into. So if we had this, and this was attached to the phone, attached to the DSLR, slides right in here in the back, locks in place, keeps onto your phone this way, and this is the way that would be showing out to you as the talent or the host. This part will be back to your camera. And so the camera lens is coming right through this glass, but you don't see it because it's going to get reflection of the words. So you get to look right at the camera like you're talking to it, but at the same time you're actually reading it. So it's teleprompter. Now, I don't use teleprompters for my videos. Maybe you can tell, maybe I should, but I just kind of ad-lib it because I just talk. It's like us having a conversation. But sometimes you're going to need that, like if you want to stay on script to certain points you want to hit. And if you take my culinary media training class, I'm going to show you that you don't have to put it word for word, but you can use this to put bullet points in, right? You can use it to put little prompts to say, talk about your ingredients, talk about the preparation, tell the story about grandma. So you can actually put little reminders in it. It doesn't have to be verbatim. And with this remote control clicker, you can control it. You can have it down here off to the side, stop the presentation, do your thing, talk, and you're like, okay, where was I? Start it back up again. So it's great for that as well. So there's a couple of different ways, and I'll show you that in other training videos on how you can use this to your best advantage. But it is helpful, it's a good tool. And the software is free. So technically you don't even really need this part of it. You could just have it on your phone and maybe prop it up or something, or your tablet, and just run the software that way and just read off the screen. So you can do it, but you're going to be looking down, and the whole point of the teleprompter is so that you're always looking directly at the camera. Okay, so you're looking directly at it. So we can put this away for now, and then we will take our phone, and I don't know if it's going to fit because I have a case on mine, but I think it might. So, Yeah, it does. Well, a little tight. So I'd probably take that cover off, but you can see how the phone is now mounted on it. So I would run that. It would come up here. So I did download the software. So let me see if I can at least play something on here. I put a script on there. Let's see how it reflects. So I go to the app, which is in the directions here, but you could just go find it yourself, play around with it before even buying this. It's called Desview app. And okay, here's the app. You just go onto the App Store, or I have an Android, so you go to Google Play and you download it. It's just the Desview. You know, let's search for teleprompter. There's a lot of different ones out there, but I use this one. And you know, once you install it, which I already have, there's some of the things I've already loaded. So if you want to load something, you can just go Add, and then title it, and then type it in yourself right here, or what I do is I just send it to myself as a Word document or something to my phone, open that up there, and then I just cut and paste and drop it in. And then once you have it, you have these things, so you could put in, I just did the introduction here one, so you can see what it's like, and again it's mirrored, so you open this part up, and as I mentioned, it has the colors, which I showed earlier. So I usually leave it in black, but you can put white, green, pink, blue. You can mirror, which is what it's on now. That's why it's backwards. But if I click on that, you can see now it's normal way. So you can do that, and then you click back on it. But mirror it, so when you go into the teleprompter, and then up here's your speeds, slow and fast. So you got to kind of play with that. It's just a little slider and figure out what way works for you and how quick you can read. And then up here is, you can see over here my last name. You can see as I make it smaller font, it's going to fit more on the screen. So there's more to read. So if you're up close, that might be helpful, but if it's at a distance, you're probably going to want it pretty big. So again, something you're going to have to play with, and then I can move it this way. So it has like barely nothing on the screen. So again, it's just going to depend on what you want to do. And then when you want to start it, you use it right here, which you can do manually, or you can use the remote control to do that and click it. And it has a little timer there as well. Again, open that up, whatever you'd like to go through in here. Pretty self-explanatory. And then this brings you back to the main screen where you'd have all your different scripts on there. So I just have a couple loaded, but I'll have a lot more because as I mentioned, the food media presentation courses that I'm writing, one's going to be, online, self-paced. The other one is going to be a workshop, or going to be in person. And one of the lessons that we'll be teaching during that workshop is how to work or read or operate a teleprompter. So I'll be showing that in that workshop. But if you're interested, all of my courses are listed on my website. You can go to, www.chefroach.com/courses, and all my courses will be listed there, and you can sign up for them. Some are free and some are at a very reasonable price. Okay, I have one loaded, I believe. Test. Yes, so here it is. So I'm going to show you. See, it just says bio. It's something from my culinary school stories podcast. And so I just put in someone's bio in here. So maybe like I was introducing someone, I could read their bio. So you just hit start here. I don't know what speed I have it on, but you'll get a good look at it. So there it is. It's scrolling. Pastry chef and educator Derek Corsino has been a chef and educator and foodie loving traveler for over 20 years. As a graduate of the Culinary Institute of America in Hyde Park, New York, Derek has achieved delectable success most pastry chefs have yet to perfect the recipe for. As a 4-time Food Network competitor, so you can see. So let's change this. I think I can change it right here. Yes, so I can change the background so you can see it here. I'm going to go to pink, green, blue, and I can change the speed. Let's slow it way down, and I'm going to put it on green. We'll go back. See, I can see it's green, and it's really slow. So if you wanted to talk slow, you can leave spaces between this. And with the controller, we can stop, speed it up, slow it down. So if you're going somewhere and something's not working, you just stop it off to the side, put it in your pocket, whatever you'd like to do. And then when you're ready, start it back up. So you can see it's green, it's scrolling very slow. Here, and I can read it. Culinary Institute of America, his most recent position is at Healdsburg High School in Northern California. So you can put different, and if you have a team, I don't. Let me stop this first. If you have a team, You know, you could have someone controlling this for you, which is what they do in big studios, right? They'll have, you know, one of your assistants working it, and they'll know, like when you're talking, to speed it up or not, and they can go a little faster, and then when they see you turn away to talk about something, they can stop it so it's ready when you go back. And you could project this even onto a big screen. So you can get really technical. And you can buy teleprompters for the thousands of dollars if you want to. I don't think you need it. You know, we're not making that kind of money, right? So this one seems to be pretty good for $100 if you have a need for it. But I'm going to show you different videos using this, and I'll hook this up and we'll go with it. But this is pretty good. So here you can use the lens, as I showed you on the back, which is attached to your DSLR camera. But if you don't want to use that, maybe you want to use another phone attached to the back of this. And that's what's going to do the filming, and you're going to have a phone or a tablet in the front to scroll your script. So you can do that. And what they do is they have these other filters here, right? It's just a standard size. And this goes up in here, blocks it. But what happens is now it has these little foam discs, which have cutouts in them. So this one has a, I don't know if you can see it, you know, pop it out here, has more of a oblong, rectangular shaped. So you can pop that right out, see it? So it goes in like that. And this one has another oblong one. This one's a whole circle round. So I can pop that out. So you can do different ones. See the little circle in there? So you decide which one you want. And that goes in the center of this hole, which is where your lens would normally go for your DSLR camera. And then you're going to use this other phone adapter, okay, and that's going to go on the back here, okay, and that's going to be used for your phone. So let me do that one for you. Again, it has the directions and a little screwdriver here, and it tells you, do you want to hook it up for a phone? Do you want to hook it up for a tablet? Do you want to hook it up for a DSLR camera? It has different ways that you can do that. Okay, so you have this little screw here on the side of it, a little square thing. This is going to go in here. Okay, so this is going to go on the side of your teleprompter. So let me put that in there. So we need to decide, do we want to put this on the right or do we want to put it on the left side? So we can do it either way. So I'm going to take this little screw off the back here. And we're going to pop that out. It's got a little gasket on a little thing, and that goes in here. Slides in. And it's going to get locked down. See how I slid that down? Oh, maybe you didn't see that. I'll do that again. So we take this off of this piece here. See, it comes right out by taking the screw off, which is going to be put back. And then we're going to take up our teleprompter. And then we want to mount our phone on the back here. So it's going to come out through these holes. So we turn it back around the front. And we put this in the round part. I don't know if that's going to show. Hopefully, put it in the round part there so it goes in. You see that? And then we're going to slide it down so it locks in this square spot here. And push it down in there. See, now you can see how it's locked in and the screw comes out into the back. And now we can attach our phone there, our phone holder. So let me see if I can get that. So this is going to go like this. Okay, now we have that on there. We can put our locking nut on it. See, I've mounted this phone bracket to the back to where we put that screw through right here. So I mount that on, and then I just tighten this down. And that locks it in place. So there, now you can see the back of it. This is normally where our DSL would go, you know, lens through this part. But now we've added this phone adapter on the back. See how it slides? So I can lock a phone in there. But we don't want this large hole. It's going to let too much light in here. So this is where we're going to use one of these foam inserts. See? So I'll take this one out. I'll pop the inside of it out. Put it up like this. Oops. Put it up like that. See how I can turn that? And now I can put my phone right through here. And that would mount to the back of the teleprompter. See it here? And we would have that as our camera. Okay, so we take the phone, mount it right to the back where I set that up. So let's put that like that. And it lines right up. Okay, now you can do either side. You could do this side of your phone or this side of your phone. So you'd have to kind of experiment with that. And do you have a iPhone 10, iPhone 8, whatever your size is, and make sure you get the right adapter that fits that. So it's probably a little bit more trickier until you figure it out. Once you get the one that works for you, it'll be much easier. It should be all set to go. So that's the teleprompter. Pretty good, huh? Again, it comes with all the tools, comes with everything you need here, comes with extra things for your different lenses. So I think it's going to work. So I'm going to try some videos. Okay, I'm back. I have it hooked up. This, as mentioned, is the Desview, teleprompter or auto cue, some people may call these. And I did an unboxing and I took out all the different equipment and this smartphone, tablet, DSLR teleprompter. So I've got it hooked up, and this is the cover that comes off of this screen here on the front. And then it has these different platforms here. So this one is for the regular smartphone, right? And then if you turn it over, you can see this one's a little bit wider down here, I think. This one is going to be for a tablet, small tablet. It's not going to be a full size, iPad Pro or something, but small tablet, so whichever one you want. And again, it reflects up here. And on the back side, I can just turn this here for you and show you. You can see along here that I have my DSLR attached. And this hood just slides down onto these. Let me get that straight. I'm going to do this in a minute. Down onto these rings. There's different sizes, as I mentioned, fits different camera lenses. And that just slides right into the back here. Or there's an attachment in the box here as well that you can then hook up a phone on the back of this instead of using a DSLR or another type of camera and use that. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to test this. So on my phone, I've already downloaded the app, and I have a couple of different things here. It's called the Desview app, and I'm going to do a close-up in a second to show you some of these different options. But what I'll do is I'll put it on this introduction, and you can see I have it backwards mirrored, so maybe it'll work with the camera now. And then once it starts, it just goes and scrolls. And you can say, hello, my name is, and you can use it as a teleprompter. But I also have this remote control I showed you last time, and this will control that. So what we can do is we can stop it. You can see it, then we can go forward with it. I can speed it up. I think this is backwards. See, this is pretty slow. I can go faster. I can change it all through this clicker. So hopefully you could have this in your hand if you're working alone, which is what I do an awful lot. And then I'm just going to have this down by my side, and I will just move the teleprompter as I need. So let me hook that up so you can see it. Okay, so I'm going to bring this camera in pretty close here so you can kind of see it on there. Excuse my picture on the back there. Hopefully this is the right way, but on the screen it is the right way. It's reversed and you mirror it, and so you can read it. And this is just a script that I took from one of my courses I'm developing, but I think you can see it here, and I have my clicker. So what I do is once I press this button, it'll start rolling. So you can see it, it's already scrolling, and then I just press it again, and it stops it. So if I look here, I can say, hello, I'm Colin Roche, and welcome to the Food Media Network's home studio. We have created this masterclass on food presentation in order to provide you with lots of tips and advice. So this is just a script that I'm using. So this is how it works. And then if I'm going to go on here, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it on there, but I'm going to show you what it looks like if I go to green. Okay, and then I go back. See, now it's green on the screen. Or I can make it, go back here again, pink. So it's pink. You can underline, you can highlight, and there's other colors. There's blue, and then there is, of course, white, if you'd like white. I prefer dark. I think it works better for me, but, again, my eyes are a little bit older, so I go back to the black one, and then the white letter, so that's helpful. You can also, on here, there's ways that you can speed it up, and again, I'm going to show you a close-up of this. You can speed up the font. So this font right now, the size of the font, so I can make it, I don't think you can see that, so I can make it smaller in the background. You might be able to see it, getting smaller, more on the screen, or bigger. See, as I'm clicking this thing, so it makes it bigger, so you can control that. But also, here's a slider here which you may be able to see in the reflection, I'm not sure, but this makes it really fast. So watch this. Watch how fast this goes. So that's pretty fast, but I can stop it. So if it gets going too fast, I don't have to panic. I just hit my clicker and it stops, and I could talk, and I could slow it down on these buttons too. There's a button for slowing it down, speeding it up, you know, going back a screen. So if I miss something, I can go back a screen. Let me slow that down. So you're going to have to figure out what is the cadence that works best for you for, move this back here, for your presentation style, and how much emphasis and energy you want to give to your teleprompting script, you know, or if it's just something you got to read really quick. So it can be helpful, I think, in a lot of different applications, because the camera is right through here and it's shining at you. So, you know, the audience shouldn't see your eyes moving left to right. You know, sometimes in the past there's tricks that you can use that I've used myself, which is where you'll read part of the script, you know, maybe a line, sentence or two that you can remember, and then you stop the film and you look down, you remember what you're going to say, you look up and you start it. And it's kind of, when it happens so fast, those clips kind of all blends together, and people don't really notice it, though if you look really closely you'll see like a little flicker here and there, but this will solve that problem for you, especially if you have a script and you don't want to get off script, and you want to make sure you hit the exact points word for word. Then this will help. Obviously, if you're ad-libbing and like a lot of cooking videos and stuff like that, you're just talking, then that would be fine in it. So, you know, check this out. It's got a lot of different parts to it in here. Again, it's got the clicker, helpful. It's even got a little cleaning cloth, can be helpful. Any smudges on there. So that's my review. I think it's worth $100, but you decide for yourself. I'll put a link down below. I don't make any money off of this. I'm not paid to promote this. I just thought I would share it because I'm going to be using it in one of my classes. But the link below in case you want to find out. But go on YouTube, go on Google, do your own review, see what others are saying about it. But for me, it seems to work pretty good. Thanks now. Bye-bye.